Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wekiva Sports on YouTube. My name is Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs and sports information director here at Wekiva High School, and I am joined by a number of very special people tonight from the Wekiva athletics program and in particular Wekiva football. We are honored tonight to speak of the legacy of Coach Reggie Lee, who many of you know as our defensive lines coach for the past 8 years. He was able to actively be an assistant coach to the Wekiva football program from 2013 to 2019. And then, of course, this past year he wasn't able to participate as fully because of his health concerns. But sadly, we lost Coach Lee earlier this year, and nevertheless, we wanted to make sure, and his family wanted to make sure, that he has a lasting impact and legacy on the Wekiva football program that will go far beyond the 7 years that we were lucky enough to have him as part of Wekiva football. And so I am joined tonight by a number of members of his family. Of course, we have Wekiva High School Athletic Director Bobby Biaggi with us. We have Reggie's sister Cheryl, his niece Taraya, his older brother Roland, family friends Brandy and Shaquila, his nephew Omar, brother-in-law Tommy, and of course his wife Kathy Edwards Lee. So we're going to be joined by all of them in just a moment to present our first annual Reggie Lee Award for outstanding leadership in football, particularly on the defensive line. And we are also joined by Gunter Williams, who is the inaugural recipient of this award. This is going to be a new tradition at Wekiva that we are proud to institute to honor Coach Lee's legacy. For those of you who may not have known Coach Lee as well, he was, of course, before he came to Wekiva, he played in arena football for the Orlando Predators. He was also part of the Florida Agriculture Mechanical family as a second-team All-American as a senior. And as a result, he was able to make a great contribution to our Wekiva football programs. And so this award is being established in his honor. It will be presented each year moving forward to a defensive linesman who has a 2.5 or greater GPA and displays outstanding leadership on and off the field, along with an unselfish commitment to integrity and community service. So without further ado, let me first turn it over to Athletic Director Bobby Biaggi to talk a little bit about Coach Lee, and then I'll let him introduce Kathy.
Good evening, guys. I'm Mr. Biaggi. I'm the athletic director, as Mr. Barchi's already told you guys. I was fortunate enough to be a part of Coach Lee's life for the last 3 years and saw the impact that he made on our student athletes at Wekiva High School, our regular athletes, and our special students at Wekiva High School as well, our ESC department. He's left a lasting mark within the Wekiva family and the Wekiva Apopka community. I'm sure that there are other student athletes that he's touched through his lineman camp and other adventures that he's done within the state of Florida. Pleasure to be here tonight with you guys to honor Reggie Lee with this inaugural Reggie Lee Award, to honor him, his family. It's a blessing. I couldn't think of a better person that the name could be bestowed upon. Just all around great guy with a kind heart and would do anything for you.
All right, thank you, Coach Biaggi. So with that, I am going to turn it over to Kathy to speak a little bit more about Reggie and what his work and life meant to their family and to the Wekiva athletic program, and then she can introduce the award and this year's recipient.
Thank you, Mark, and yes, thank you, Bobby, and all of the Wekiva Mustang family. Anybody who knows Reggie knows the type of person that he was. If you met him for the very first time, it was like you have known this guy all your life. Very, very funny, very, very outspoken, but couldn't meet a more honest individual. And Reggie, one thing about Reggie was going to tell you face value exactly how it was. He wasn't going to hold any punches or anything, but he told you in a manner that it came from a very, very caring place. Although he was a big guy and he would give off the look as if he was like this giant bear, so to speak. But honestly, he really, really wasn't. There was definitely a softer side to him, and that softer side, which is where it brought out that passion in him when it came to football and to the youth. Could not say how he loved football. That's who he was. Um, that was what he has been doing pretty much all his life. I mean, from the time that I met him in '94 up on the campus of Florida A&M University, I was a student athletic trainer, and he was on the football team. And this guy just kept coming and talking, and I was like, "Who is this dude?" But that was Reggie, and then I met him even more, and then met his family, and they can go back and tell you from the time he probably was 5 or 6 years old, football was his love and his passion. And so when he actually was able to cross over at and work at Wekiva and work with that team over there and help build the program, he was all invested. Everybody knows our house is split in two because I am an Ocoee Knight, so it's black and gold on one side, but it definitely had that garnet and gold from the Wekiva Mustangs. And my son, he loves that. So that was the type of person that Reggie was. He was all in, hands down. His athletes can call him anytime, day or night. That's just who he was. So when this, of course, happened, I definitely could not let it seem like he wasn't here anymore, which he really is. The legacy that he has left, his love, his passion for the youth, especially young males, it goes without being unsaid. So when I decided to come up with this, along with talking with his family, they thought it was an excellent idea. And so when I presented it to Coach Bobby, he was like, absolutely, absolutely. So I was very, very pleased and proud when we decided to put this together. And I just wanted to read exactly what it is. And I know you had said it earlier, Mark, but we had some other people that have come on. So this is the Coach Reggie Lee Award. This award will be given in recognition of Reggie Lee and high expectations that instilled into all student athletes. The recipient of this award shall be a defensive lineman who upholds these expectations, which they will maintain a GPA of a 2.5. They display leadership on and off the field with unselfishness person that they are, a person of integrity, and though one who participates in community service. And so the award that will be presented this year is the Coach Reggie Lee Award, Lineman Award, and it is presented to Gunter Williams. And it is in recognition of all those things that I have just listed for the 2020-2021. And I think this is very, very important, not only because it's the first one that we are going to make sure that we continue to do every year, but this was very special because from my understanding that Reggie actually had a hand on and working with Gunter personally. So this makes it even much more of an honor and a pleasure to make sure that we present this to Gunter.
Thank you, Kathy. And let me take this opportunity then to introduce Gunter Williams, who is joining us on the call this evening. And Gunter, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about your experience with Coach Lee and how he's contributed to the young man that you have become.
You know, I say first thing, I met Coach Lee at a camp. I was just out there, anybody out there. I met him and I ended up being one of the trainers there. And he pulled me aside after we was all came to a meeting, a group or whatever, after everything was done. He pulled me aside and was talking to my mom and telling her that he wanted me to come play for Wekiva. And that's how I first met him. He's been trying to get me over there since that camp. And I had to come over here, and he helped me become the man that I've become today. It was a great honor.
And Coach Biaggi, maybe you can add a little bit about, obviously, you know, you work with the coaches there at Wekiva, and you have an opportunity to get out there and see the practices, and of course you're on the field at all the games, so I'm certain that you had some amount of influence in Gunter's selection as the inaugural recipient of this award. And talk to us a little bit about why Gunter was selected for this year's for the special honor of not only receiving this award but for being the very first to receive it.
I think it was a cumulative effort between the coaches. Coach Purcell, which isn't on the call today, had a lot of influence in who received the award as well. But by no means does that mean that Gunter wasn't worthy of this award. Gunter, in the 3 years I've been with Wekiva High School, has been a leader out on the field, a leader in the classroom within the school. Never, kind of like the gentle giant, was real quiet. So sometimes you got to kind of force him to talk to you. But nevertheless, he always found a way to show his leadership within his teammates through actions on the field, as well as in the weight room. I know I've seen Gunter and Coach Lee on the sideline in many discussions. I'm presuming most of them were good. Even though you know how that goes with coaches. Sometimes they're bad, but I'm sure Gunter learned a lot from Coach Lee and was able to translate to his work ethic on the field and his success on the field with our Wekiva football program as one of our leading linemen on the D-line as well as the O-line. Tremendous career. I really don't know. I haven't even asked Gunter. Gunter, where are you going to go to school? I know you had some offers out there, but I didn't know exactly where you decided where you were going to go. Maybe he can talk to us a little bit about that himself. But Gunter definitely was the candidate that should receive the first award, the Reggie Lee award. Very, very worthy. Proud of him.
So Gunter, then let me turn it back to you. Since Coach Biaggi mentioned it, what are your plans after graduation?
I got an offer for Clark Atlanta University in Georgia, so that's where I'll be attending. I'm probably going to try to pursue business or sports medicine.
All right, so Clark Atlantic University in Georgia, a great program. And again, we want to acknowledge the fantastic contributions that you have made, Gunter, to the legacy of the Wekiva athletic program, and also those that Coach Lee brought to us. Certainly his presence on the field is going to be deeply missed in the seasons to come. But that being said, I think this award really speaks in a very tangible way to the lasting impact that he has had. You know, to borrow a theme from It's a Wonderful Life, that, you know, your life has touched others who have then gone on to touch others, and in that way, your contributions live on forever. And so it's a great honor to host all of you tonight, and recognize what a difference Coach Lee has made specifically to the Wekiva football program and to the many young men that have passed through it while he was a part of it. And I want to thank again Kathy Lee, his wife, as well as sister Reggie, niece Taraya, older brother Roland, nephew Omar, brother-in-law Tommy, family friends Brandy and Shaquila. I think we've had a couple of others. I see Philomena has joined. Welcome, to just to provide support and unity tonight as we recognize Coach Lee's legacy. And again, congratulations to Gunter, the first recipient of the newly minted annual Reggie Lee Award. So this concludes the season 14 of Wekiva Athletics. We, of course, had our last athletic event a few weeks ago, but this will be our last presentation of the year. We have the football season for next year published, and that is out there on our social media accounts on our website. We hope that we will see all of you, and we hope that we will see actually all of you and many more of you this year, as we are able to get back to, I think, hopefully more of a sense of normalcy. And we look forward to bringing you many more years of Wekiva football with Coach Lee's name always and forever attached to the program. So thank you, everyone, for participating. And let me just quickly check in and see if there's anything to add before we close out.
There is one more, Mark. I wanted to make sure that I also let know that it also has a nice little monetary gift that also goes along with the plaque recipient. We will make sure that Gunter gives that, and that will be placed upon every year, whoever the recipient is. And we also have a plaque for each year of the recipient that will receive that Lyman's Award. That will also be a plaque for, at least I know for right now, for the next 15 years that we will have. So Coach Bobby will get both of those awards, and I think he's going to put it up in the gym. I'm not quite sure where he said, but he will have that plaque as well.
Yeah, more than likely the gym, just because of the traffic, the foot traffic we have in there.
Yes.
And I want him to be honored correctly, and that way everybody can see it, and he can, his legacy will live on with Wekiva.
And I definitely want to just say once again, I think I can speak on the behalf of the Lee family that we so appreciate all of the love and support that you all definitely have given us, just because of you all have just been so helpful throughout this whole process. And we're going to be Wekiva fans. You know, our son is in the 6th grade, so he will be. Hopefully, you won't be gone by that time, Bobby. I don't know. But yeah, we will be Mustangs over there for a while.
We look forward to having them. But that's a little ways down the road, but we still look forward to having him. And we thank you for allowing Reggie to be a part of our program and leaving, like I said earlier, leaving such a memorable legacy within our program, helping to build our student athletes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
So again, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. And as Kathy mentioned, this is now going to be a permanent award. So Gunter's name will be the first on that plaque that will be displayed proudly at Wekiva. And of course, we also are grateful to the Lee family for establishing the award and the scholarship that comes with it. And we, again, are looking forward to that being a lasting sign of the legacy that Coach Lee has already left us. Thanks also to all of you out there for joining us on the YouTube channel tonight, for joining us to honor Coach Lee's legacy and to honor Gunter. We wish him nothing but success in all of his future endeavors. Thanks again for joining us tonight. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Wekiva Sports. Bookmark WekivaMustangs.com for all of your score schedules and more, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel before you go, where we will be bringing you lots more Wekiva athletic action starting in the fall.